Goblin Lair is something that we have to do over and over again. It didn't actually matter which hero you're going to focus, you have to always go for the Goblin Lair. About domains, you can pick the right domain for your hero that you're currently leveling up. Same for the gear you want to go. For the Grave of Venom, maybe Grave of Wrath, it didn't actually matter, but the Goblin Lair is something that is a must when you focus on any hero in the Dragonheir Silent Gods. So I'm going to talk about best heroes for the Goblin Lair. I'm not going to include a 3-star and epic heroes, even though there is some insane 3-star heroes and epic heroes, but in this video I'm going to talk about the legendary heroes. And I'm going to start with my favorite one, and this is Carve. Now we're going to go over the gear these heroes are going to have, also about the spells of these heroes, just to give you a better overview why this hero is actually doing great job in the Goblin Lair. So by starting with Carve, well, again, one of my favorite heroes, I'm going to focus over, for example, first spell that is doing extra damage, but the important is this one that is also strike the enemy 6 times. But everything here except this one, the first spell that is doing some damage to the enemy and surrounding enemies, the ultimate of this bad boy is insane. It covered the whole map. So you basically, with the Carve, you don't need a tank. And why we actually use tanks in the Goblin Lair is just to collect all the goblins on one place. And if we have heroes, for example, like main hero, that the ultimate is actually hitting this circle, this square 3-on-3, you want to have all the goblins pick it up inside this square. But with Carve, we actually don't need that. And you can combine Carve with Boresh and with Sigrid, and both of these two heroes is going to provide debuffs on the enemy, and the Sigrid is going to do what she's doing best, killing everything what she sees. But yeah, the first hero is Carve. Of course, I'm going to show you some battles with Carve and how he performed, and of course the damage record of this hero. Of course, also for all heroes that I'm going to present in the best legendary heroes for the Goblin Lair. So I'm going to start with the first battle, and this is Carve, and the buff he is actually going to have is increase all allies attack by 30% in all battles. I strongly suggest this debuff and just put little more accuracy on the Carve, just so he can be able to apply this burn from his ultimate. And as we can see, we start, the only legendary hero here is actually Carve, and this is going to be very helpful for you if you don't have that many legendary. Of course, you can also use Eric. He's one of the fire heroes in the season 1, where you can actually get him for free by defeating the last boss. But as you can see, the damage the Carve is doing is absolutely great. Of course, there is other hero that is epic. Here is more like related about the gear, which hero have the better gear, but Carve with his ultimate is going to do absolutely big damage, and you don't need to have these goblins stacked on one place, so you can actually do the whole damage with the Carve. This is very important because the more teams we're going to check it out, the more heroes, you're going to see that this is something like a must-have when you actually want to use this hero. 17,000 criticals is not that much, but he actually hit 3 times. So of course I'm going to show you one more battle where the Carve actually performed a little more better, because right now the damage here is split between these 4 heroes. But to see the real power, I'm going to show one other battle. So in this battle, we are still going to get the boost from the fire. That means we have a fire heroes here, 5. I mean 4 fire and one of these heroes. That this guy is basically absolutely great, even for arena. So here we have a tank, and this is, and the why we actually use tank is because Zagrok actually hit on the main hero, just 9 cubes. Same for the main hero is going to hit 9 cubes. Only Carve is going to hit the whole map, but here we actually need something to collect goblins on one place so we can perform the biggest damage we can. As you can see, Carve with the first spell is doing absolutely great damage. So continuing here, again, we're going to try to stack. As you can see, Zagrok putting his spell and Carve with his ultimate. Here the ultimate, as you can see, he obliterate everything there. So with his ultimate, he's going to do massive damage, but of course you have to count on your heroes, on your other heroes also, not only on Carve. But for the legendary heroes, I think Carve is maybe one of the best heroes for the Goblin Lair, just because he's hitting multiple targets and he have two spells that actually hit multiple targets. The first one is going to hit one enemy and the surrounding enemies. That means can be three enemy, can be five enemy, and the second spell, I mean the ultimate, is going to hit everything he see. So right now Carve is ready to fire up, and here we come, firing up, and almost everything is dead from this ultimate. That's why huge thumbs up for Carve. Of course, I'm going to, yeah, the performance is 27%. This guy is also doing huge damage, by the way. He's one of my best epics, Zagrok or something like this. I cannot pronounce right some of the names, but he is doing also very decent damage. Also absolutely great in the arena. You can use Carve and him in the arena. So little info about the Carve gear that is used here is he's having critical rate that's 28%. I don't think this is a great critical rate, to be honest. The guy here actually stuck on the accuracy, so he can apply this burn damage. I strongly suggest maybe here they can put Sigrid. Sigrid is going to obliterate everything in combination with Carve. It's going to be absolutely great. Accuracy here, the attack is very nice. Definitely he put some artifacts with attack up, attack percentage. For example, the helm is always going to be HP, so try to find the second status with percentage attack, or just find an weapon or any of these items to have more percentage attack. Very important. Like here, the chest is 60% more attack. I'm always supportive on the more attack percentage, especially if your hero is latest level and critical rate, so they can hit hard and they can crit with this hit hard. So this is so far for the Carve. This is the first hero that I strongly suggest for the Goblin Lair. It didn't actually matter Goblin Lair 1 or even in the Goblin Lair 3, you're going to still see Carve because he's absolutely awesome hero for the Goblin Lair in the Dragonheir Silent Gods. One of the heroes that I was so shocking and little surprised that he's doing very well in the Goblin Lair, and this is Twitch. This is the hero right here. This is Twitch. And he have attack not that much, critical rate not that much, and his accuracy is basically 0. So critical damage is very strange that the critical damage is plus 57% and the alignment is 433. So he have the aura that is 45% in the city trials battles. Of course, the first spell is whenever an enemy is infected with poison by the skill other than the passive skill, the hero has 24% chance to inflict one stack of poison to the enemy for 15 seconds. Here we're not talking about 5 seconds, we're not talking about 10 seconds, we're talking about 15 seconds. And the poison is 0.5% of the target maximum HP poison directive damage every 5 seconds. So up to 30% of the caster attack. This is absolutely great. The poison is one of the most annoying debuffs I see in the Dragonheir Silent Gods, especially when I go for the Grave of Wrath. Absolutely annoying. The second spell is again a single target shot, an arrow to the target, dealing 90% attack, 1050% alignment poison damage. Maybe that's why the guy is actually go for 433. Also is same for the Carve. Actually, Carve have damage that is actually alignment damage, 1000 alignment damage. So here you can also still go for alignment. But back to Twitch, and the ultimate is launches a total of 4 attacks on the target area, each attack dealing 135% attack and 1750% alignment poison damage to the enemy within the range, with 50% chance to inflict 2 stacks of poison on them for 15 seconds. So definitely this is a hero that you have to stack alignment on him, and the guy did very well here. 433 alignment. He don't need accuracy because he's applying basically poison, and he don't need critical rate. It's really strange about the critical damage, why he have that many critical damage, but yeah, we're going to check it out and see how the Twitch is going to perform. Still one of the heroes that I was looking for, but I didn't actually manage to get. So again, we're going to need a tank. We have here Sigrid, by the way, so definitely with all these stacks that, oh my god, all this stack, oh brother, there is no chance for Twitch to even cast. Okay, did you see that? He jumped around the enemy, inflicting with a lot of poison, and Sigrid is doing the rest of the job. And since he's a poison, Sigrid is a poison, they're going to get some boost if they have one more poison hero here. That is going to do absolutely great job. And still, Sigrid is doing massive damage. She is a 3-star hero, but as you can see, with the ultimate, with these poisons, 8000 poison tick from the dot, absolutely great. And in combination with Sigrid, she's doing absolutely insane amount of damage. This hero is close to be killed, but we don't care because this guy is basically going to kill the whole Goblin Lair without even need this hero. And Sigrid is doing absolutely awesome job here. So on the top place is going to be Sigrid, since her ultimate is 800 and something percent poison damage. And if there is other enemies infected with the buff, she's going to also hit with the ultimate these heroes. So Twitch here is doing 33% from the damage and 33% is from the Sigrid. In my team, most of the times the Sigrid is top DPS. In my team, like maybe 30% more for my second one, because Sigrid is absolutely insane. Here the combo is Poison Lightning, that is going to give some extra boost, at least minimum 20% defense and 20% attack. And the Twitch did absolutely great, especially with his ultimate. He jumped on the middle of the enemy and taking out like 60% from their HP, inflicting with these poison debuffs that is hitting one single hit every 5 seconds, 8000 damage. Absolutely great hero. But yeah, he needs a great synergy between these heroes, and the synergies between Twitch and Sigrid just to perform and did this great damage he actually did in this fight. Now the other hero that I want to bring your eyes on is one of the heroes that you can use basically on any place in the Dragonheir Silent Gods. Absolutely insane hero, and this is Auster. Auster, I don't know if I pronounced the name correct, but this hero is absolutely insane. Critical rate here, at least right now, the person here stuck with the critical rate and critical damage. So if he do a critical, he's going to do massive damage. And here the critical is 58%, 10% from the hero, 48% from the gear. Here we have some boost on the defense. The attack is not that much, but in general his base attack is not that much. So if we go over the skills he actually have, is when shooting arrow with basic attacks or skills, the hero fires an tracking arrow for 2 enemies infected with the frost. So here the team is mostly frost, as you can see, is a lightning of frost. Very strange, by the way, because the synergy here is between these 2 lightning and this poison hero, and these 2 frost heroes actually don't get anything in return. Also here we have a Vitar, also absolutely great hero for the Goblin Lair. Is basically here we have 2 main great heroes, and this is Auster and Vitar. Of course, if you can just create more ice related combo here, not just to put these 2 heroes away and they don't get any kind of boost. And this 20% boost or 29% boost attack and defense is absolutely important here. So back to Auster, he's going to have pretty decent critical rate. Also, the second spell is fire 3 arrows at the enemy, each dealing 130 cold damage, with a respective 50% chance to ignoring 100% of their defense. I really love defense down, ignoring defense, and this type of skills. And this one is going to ignore 100% of the enemy defense. Absolutely, absolutely insane. And finally, the ultimate, something that is going to kill a lot of these goblins, is jumps into the air and shoots powerful arrow, dealing 500 attack cold damage to the enemy within the range with 100% chance to inflict frost for 10 seconds. The tracking arrow attached to this skill will fire all enemies with a range, dealing 80% cold damage. This is about this hero. The ultimate is, from first look, not doing that much damage, but we're going to see, definitely going to see the damage of this bad boy. And also I want to say a couple words about Vitar, because I think she's also absolutely great hero. First, the command aura is increasing all allies attack by 45%. I'm not so sure that this is the aura we're going to use here. It's mostly for the gladiator arena, so it's going to be pointless to be used here. You're not going to be even allowed to use this, but let's check out the skills. Change the weather to the ice wind for 15 seconds as the battle starts. When icing effect, blah blah blah, enemies infected with the frost deals additional 22% attack directive cold damage. Over the time, enemies with the HP below 15% will be executed. Will be executed, baby. Boss boss units are immune to execution, but will receive additional 600 attack directive cold damage. Absolutely insane. Goblin Lair and also boss fight hero. This spell right now. Unleash the Frost Breath, dealing 320 attack cold damage to the enemy within the range with 75% chance to inflict frost for 5 seconds. And finally, the ultimate is change to weather to ice wind, blah blah blah, to all enemies. Each enemy under frost in the battlefield increase the damage by 15%. This hero is also very nice. Critical rate here is boosted by a lot, and by what I mean is 99% critical rate, and the critical damage is over 100. It's basically 136% critical damage. No alignment, no resistance, no accuracy. This hero is here to kill. So let's check out how this guy is going to perform. I think, okay, this is not available. Oh, this is very bad. Okay, we're going to check it out maybe on the Goblin Lair 3. I think we have something similar team. So we're going to check them one by one. First, we're going to check Vitar, how she's going to perform. And after this, we're going to check how the Auster is going to perform. It's going to be close to the same. The status here, the critical rate is less, alignment is more, and critical damage is close to the same. And here we have some accuracy, and on this side we have the critical rate, 105% critical rate. That's insane. But anyway, this is so far for these two heroes. We're going to start with this one. Especially she's doing absolutely massive damage when she become a dragon. Vitar, as you can see, the weather starting and the damage is also going to start. This guy is going to do also a big damage. This is one of the other heroes that I want to point out about the Dragon Lair, that is also doing massive damage. And right now he's on the top. After this is Javier. Yeah, Vitar. Oh my god, some of the names I'm very bad with with remembering. So as you can see, this guy is doing very massive damage. And also our hero Vitar is doing good damage, but here is mostly focused over this hero that I think this one is with fire, but I'm not quite sure. But he's doing the main damage here. Definitely doing the main damage. And Yeah, not much actually to say. Is pretty straightforward. You're going to see how Vitar, Vitar more and more in the Goblin Lairs just because she's doing absolutely great AoE damage. On the top place is going to be this guy. That is fire. Here is more like fire. We have two frost and this hero here that is actually going to boost a little Vitar damage, but in general this one is going to do the main damage. As you can see, 28%. I don't remember him. I think he's a Hetius, something like this. Also a hero very good in these fights. Just have to see what was the name of this guy. I think it's a Hetius, something like this. A Hetius. Asclepius. Yeah, this guy's also doing pretty decent damage. He's one of my other points about the Goblin Lair, especially that he's not actually getting any boost from the fraction that he's a fire and we don't have much fire. We have just these two heroes and the frost is going to receive with the radiant some boost of the attack, and this guy performed absolutely great. This is one of the other heroes that I strongly suggest for the Goblin Lair because he's doing absolutely great job there, as you can see with. And also Havitar, Vitar, as I already said, in the Dragonheir Silent Gods. So this is one, let me just mark them out, that I already talked about. These two heroes very good. Austerius, is time to see how he's going to perform. Now he's not that much for the Goblin Lair, but he's doing absolutely massive work there, and you're going to see right now increase all alias attack by 30% for all battles. Here we even have cold damage 5%, attack 10%. I think this is some food. But yeah, he's starting with Usha. Now it's going to be very hard for Usha to actually. Oh my god, look at this damage. Did you see this ultimate? He's already in top of the crowd. This guy here. But yeah, Usha actually don't have that much survivability in the Goblin Lair. But still, this guy, Auster, is going to do absolutely massive damage. As you can see, there is a supportive hero that is going to boost some damage, that is going to do some attack penalty, even though that we actually need attack penalty here because we have to, Usha have to survive somehow in the whole battle. Oh my god, look at this. Inflicting with the frost and pretty decent damage at total. Usha is on the second place, but still, again, there is a great, epic, great, rare heroes that is going to make your game absolutely crazy if you put some gear on this hero. And heroes and the gears is maybe the most important thing in the Dragonheir Silent Gods. If you don't have gear, even if you have the best heroes, you're not going to perform that good if you have, for example, 3-star hero with great gear. And as you can see on the top, 47% is going to be Auster, absolutely great hero. And yeah, on the second place is Usha, but she's like 2 times, close to 3 times less damage from Auster. You can definitely expect very great performance from Auster. Is not only in the Goblin Lair, this hero is basically for all battles in the Dragonheir Silent Gods. So if you got him, definitely level up him and invest a little in him. I think he is absolutely great hero. And finally, I want to talk about one hero that actually need a tank just to keep the goblins on the same place, and this is Duram. Now, Duram is actually a hero that you're going to see in the arena. You're going to see basically on many places. Now, the specific again about this hero is actually he needs something to put all the enemies in some one place. You have here critical rate 82%, definitely focused on the critical rate. The attack is also decent, is over 3000. Some enlightenment and critical damage is 125%. Absolutely beast. This hero definitely is built very nice with very big damage. Now if we check his spell, the first whatever enemy burn is dispelled triggers a spirit, deals fire damage. Whatever the enemy's burn is dispelled, trigger it, or expire it, deals 40% attack fire damage to the enemy and surrounding enemies. This is absolutely great, and you can easily combine this hero with the Carve, and this is something that this guy actually did. Here we have Carve that is going to support this bad boy here. Of course, the second spell is walking 3 random enemies and fire missiles on them, basically rockets. Each missile deals 90% fire damage to the enemy within the range. Now, as you can see, the percentage is not that much. From first look, it's not that much, but you're going to see the big power this guy is having. And finally, here we have increased the attack by 25%, increased the critical damage by 30%. After he fire up his ultimate, bombs the target area, dealing 210 attack fire damage to the enemy within range 3 times. So this is going to be 630. While ignoring 15% of defense of the enemy under burn. So if Carve hit before him, he's going to apply burn, and this guy is going to ignore some defense. Also grant 25% attack up and critical damage up to all burn allies for 10 seconds. That means this is going to be also for Carve. So this is we're going to see absolutely great synergy. The whole team is with the fire. We're going to see 24% attack up for all battles from Zagrok. And yeah, let's begin, baby. And we have one hero that is going to collect all the enemies on one place, so he can actually perform and hit with the missiles with the rockets. Oh my god, with the rockets he's going to hit these heroes, and as you can see, this damage is absolutely brutal. He's on the top of the food chain right now, even 2 times better from Carve. But still, Carve is going to hit the whole map, and this guy needs something to collect like this, the enemies. Okay, we're basically everything here is very fast. 3 times, as you can see, he do over 100,000 damage with these 3 hits. So this 630% damage is basically very strong. And with the critical damage he have, things don't look good for these goblins, and as you can see, yeah, pretty decent damage. So if you have him, it's not only for this fight here, he can be used in any fight in the arena and many other places. And from the status we're going to see right now, Carve is doing 20%. This guy is doing 2 times more for Carve. But still, Carve is also great support hero. It's not only for the damage, he's absolutely great supportive hero also. So this is some of the legendary heroes I definitely suggest people are using and create some synergy between them and the rest of the heroes. If you want to check some gear tips and events tips, I'm going to put one video here so you can enjoy it after this video.